All right. Hey, now what is happening, everybody? I hope you are well as you tune into another edition of the NCAA Football Throwdown podcast. I am your host, EJ Gar, and you know what? I need a bigger introduction than that, please.
You are now listening
To the Rainmaker.
That's better. Yes, you are listening to the Rainmaker, and I hope you enjoyed last week's bets that I handed out. We did all right, so it's time to keep it going. Would you please ring the bell? Hmm. That must mean it's time to turn it on. And we're at week 5 of the college football season already. October. October is right around the corner already. Wow. I know I already have some leaves changing around here. I mean, in my neck of the woods, next month I'll see plenty of that happening. I love this time of year. Sweater weather is okay with me, man. You know what? I mean, you can take winter. That I can deal with that, but sweater weather's all right. Hey, I'm the Rainmaker. I can talk about the weather, all right? Settle. Settle, people. Settle. I know. All right. All right, let's chop up some games. And once again, we're jumping to Friday's trio of games because I'm not really interested in the East Carolina Army game. And it's as simple as that. I do like what I see on Friday a little bit more, and that 7 p.m. game at Scott Stadium might just be a doozy of an affair. The line setters have the Knowles favored by a touchdown and about 58.5 posted on the total with Virginia. And of course, after opening the year with that big win over the mighty Crimson Tide at 14-point underdogs, the Florida State Seminoles have held 2 practices since then. Okay, yep. East Texas A&M and Kent State, baby. Woo! You're damn right they scored 143 points. All right, so that's nice, but does it really mean a damn thing? I mean, yeah, they're 3-0, and they're taking on a 3-1 Virginia team. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore. This is conference play now, baby. It's time to turn it on, just like it is when we did before. If you ask me, this is going to be a must-see TV game. The only thing we've seen is a massive amount of success from both of these teams on offense. Virginia hit all 4 of their overs, albeit NC State's really the only real team they've faced so far. I mean, the Cavs have pounded their other 3. We'll call them lesser talented opponents. Can we call them that? I mean, Coastal Carolina, College of William and Mary and Stanford. All lopsided wins, all double-digit favorites. Okay, so what? I'm seeing points here. Granted, this is conference play now, and it certainly won't be a 52-51 kind of game. But you know what? Really only need 31-28. That's 59. And I see this total actually is sliding from like 58.5 to 59.5. So that could be a factor, but I don't think it will be. I really don't think it will be. Hopefully you just get it in before it hits 60. I don't expect them to get stuck at 31-28. But when I first saw that 58.5, my first thought was, well, 31-28 is all good enough for that. So all right, I'm playing the over. Hopefully you get under 50 or over 58.5. If you have to sell up for the 59.5, so be it. And then it's on to this 9 p.m. Eastern time game between TCU and Arizona State. 55.5 points on that total has me thinking, yes. Yes, they can get that with a similar 31-28 kind of game I was just talking about a second ago. I don't even think these two are going to settle for that either. It's like a 42-39 game of the night. Man, it'd be a great Friday night game. I think both these first 2 games are going to fly over. So, yeah, TCU, Arizona State over 55.5. And that, like, why is 47 sitting on the Houston, Oregon State total? 47? 47? Playoffs? Playoffs? I mean, 3-0 Houston favored by double digits, and they can't get 38 points? What? What? Against Oregon State? Does 38-16 sound right to you? It's 54 points. I'm sorry. 47 is too low. I'm putting my chips on the table and expecting at least 47 points at Research Stadium on Friday night. So that's all 3 totals on Friday night. I'm playing them all to go over. And let's hit that big Saturday slate with plenty of opportunities to make some cashola. And I'll start with that high noon Eastern time kickoff between Rutgers and Minnesota. So, what can we make of the Golden Gophers? 2 irrelevant wins, last week's ugly loss to Cal. And then we saw Cal get shut out against a pretty bad San Diego State team last week. What is Minnesota worth? I know Rutgers lost by 10 last week to Iowa, but that game was tight throughout. I mean, that could have gone either way. You know, give me Rutgers and the 5.5 again. Since I love my totals, you can add that over 51.5 to my board and yours. Alrighty, let's head to the Dome, a few hours north of me in Syracuse, New York, to discuss this Duke-Syracuse game. And Cuse made a 17.5 point favorite. Clemson Tigers team looked pretty bad last week. Yeah, you can tell I'm a Cuse fan. Yes, I am. And Duke just pounded out 45 points against NC State last weekend after losses to Tulane and Illinois, who they gave up 34 and 45 points to. 59.5 in a total with Duke and Syracuse in the Dome, huh? Yeah, that sounds intimidating. Not. Let there be 59.5, 60 plus in the Dome between Duke and Syracuse. Yeah, I'm liking my totals this weekend. Shocker. And, here we go again. K-State favored by a touchdown. And now I see it's almost sliding down to 6.5. And K-State isn't covering a touchdown against anyone. I've been saying it all year that the Wildcats should never have been favored to win the Big 12. They're proving me right week by week. Arizona upset the Cats last week outright. Central Florida might just do the same damn thing. So pocket all 6.5 of those points on the Knights to gladly cover Kansas State. Oh, let's move to Bridgeforth Stadium. Georgia Southern taking on James Madison. And how many points, man? 70, 80. James Madison's going to put up 40. And we know the Eagles can put up 24 there. There's 64. I mean, that 17.5 line is obnoxious. Man, I think the Eagles might be able to put something together there, even though 42 to 24. That's an 18-point game, so that 17.5 point line, that maybe isn't so far off. But that does point me to 66 points in with a 57.5 sitting on that total. Georgia Southern, James Madison, over 57.5. All right, that brings us to Cornblau Field, Ballard Stadium for the Liberty ODU game. And how many points are coming here? 51.5. Please. Phenomenal. 51.5 is nothing to me, man. Ethan Basco is a wild card at quarterback. I expect to see a couple of fumbles and interception from them on offense, which will make it a long day for the Road Dogs, plus getting 16 points. And the same can be said about Colton Joseph. ODU, he's got 5 touchdowns, 3 picks too, but that dude can do everything. I mean, Colton Joseph, you want to tuck the ball in and run the ball around the field a little bit? I mean, he's got 629 passing yards. He's almost got 300 rushing yards already. Okay. This is a 38-35 game waiting to happen. So the 51.5 goes on the board for Liberty and Old Dominion. And that's going to put a wrap on this shebang. You know what? Actually, before I do that, call me crazy, but Kentucky and South Carolina might navigate their way to the 47 points that's sitting on that total, too. Like, okay, why would the total is 46.5? Is this not a 27-20 game? Put money in my pocket. So, yeah, I'll leave you with the Kentucky, South Carolina total at 46.5. Play it over. And I'll get everybody out of here. All right, man. We're 10 minutes in. That's right where I want to be. So let's get everyone out of here. I'm EJ Gar, of course, that Rainmaker guy. Thanks for checking me out here on the Throwdown again. And I'll catch you all next week, all right? And ciao!